All right, hello or welcome back to another video. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's an honor to have you here. If you're new here, this channel is all about helping to unite you with the love of your life while also helping you reach and step into your greatest soul purpose, your dharma here on earth. So welcome to the channel. This video is going to be about what it is you need to prioritize. If you're landing on this video in this moment in time, okay, and you're wondering in your life, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing, God and angels? What is it I'm supposed to be healing? What is it I'm supposed to be prioritizing right now? Okay, this is going to give you direct, objective, channeled clarity from the angels and guides, and it's going to give you the messages you need to know right now for your greatest and highest good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the reading and call on the angels and guides. So guides and angels, through the power of unconditional love in this moment in time, what is it that we all need to prioritize most, or the viewers on this video directly need to prioritize most for their highest and greatest good at this moment in time that they need to know? Channeled from the divine. All right, let's go ahead into this. Wow. So first off the bat, okay, if you're watching this right now, you might be someone who is been thinking or putting a lot of time into your individual self, career, your motivation, your desire or willingness to be great, right? Or how to be motivated, how to get that fire to be as best or as awesome as you can possibly be. Nine of Pentacles is a beautiful card to maybe even creating individual security or individual wealth, or figuring out how you can use your gifts, your abilities, your talents, okay? Your singing, for some of you, your singers, okay? To actually earn money or to provide for yourself or to maximize the potential that you have inside. You might feel, if you're watching this video, that you have a certain given potential that you haven't reached yet. Okay, you haven't stepped into that given potential at this moment in time. And so you're asking God, you're asking the divine. That's why you popped on this video, is because you may feel like that. And this video is here to help you learn what to prioritize so you can feel like you are stepping towards that path. As we said, your dharma, your path, your soul purpose here. Okay. The guides have a message for you, and that's that you are meant to be successful in this lifetime. Okay. That is true. However, it may not be in the way that you think it's going to be. Okay. It like, if you had a certain vision or idea of yourself being successful in a certain way, right? The actual way that you're meant to rise to success or be successful is very different, maybe very different, right? From the way in which you originally saw. Okay. And I feel the point of this reading, this is just coming through on the spot, is like the point of this reading is to kind of help the viewers identify, help you identify that there's a divergence there, right? There was a divergence somewhere, if you're watching this video, between the actual way and which you were meant to receive or be successful effortlessly, and what you saw or what you initially wanted, or a prior vision of yourself. Okay. And it's like, because that other vision of who you thought you had to be or who you were didn't or hasn't been quite working out, or you've been meeting a lot of roadblocks with that, right? Or you've been constantly redirected. It's been frustrating, right? I feel like you've had maybe a frustrating journey when it comes to feeling successful, or feeling like you've stepped into your potential or you found your true path, right? It's been like a rocky journey. And what I'm seeing and hearing very clearly for you watching is that it's just because there was a divergence at some point of those two paths. Okay. And the more you try to take this other path, okay, that seemed like it was right, or you thought that it was going to be the best one, or you kind of wanted it to be that way, the more you were hit with these roadblocks, and the universe and God was trying to redirect you back to you. Okay, back to your soul, back to your true self. And you may have cursed God many times. You'd be like, God, why are you redirecting me? Why are you taking me away from my dream and my vision, or, crashing this job or career or this business or this, whatever it is, publicity. And God is saying, I'm just bringing you back to you. Okay, so you can remember who and what you actually are. Yeah, there's the Seven of Pentacles. I often channel ahead of the cards, right? So the cards will often confirm what's being channeled to me. If you're new here, that's what I do. I'm an intuitive guide. I'm a channeler. So I literally do receive information from the angels, the guides, okay? from God directly. Sometimes when he wants to speak through these readings, if we're if I'm humble enough. Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. So you've been trying to build on a false vision. Okay. That's the direct word right here. You've been trying to build something, but that vision that you've been trying to build has been a false vision. So there's maybe a platform, there's a job, there's a way of being, there's something you were doing or you built, right? Or you maybe been building that was, again, it was this false platform, or it constantly led to this feeling of being disconnected from your true self. Okay. Like it feels like even though you were making progress on whatever this is, again, this could be business, job, career, just the way your livelihood, okay, your purpose, what you were prioritizing essentially, okay, was a false ship. Okay, it was a false ship. For some of you, maybe it is a false ship in this moment in time, but for those of you watching, right, I feel the words it was a false ship. Okay, and so you were dissatisfied with that Seven of Pentacles, and it led to a feeling of disconnection. And it really is in this moment in time, I feel, leading you to a crossroads. Okay. Yeah. And there's a couple different things here that's happening, because number one, it's almost like you've built some type of loyalty to this vehicle. Okay, whatever this vehicle was for you, or this career, this job, okay, this thing you were building, I feel like you put a lot of time and energy into this thing, right? You put a lot of time and energy into this thing, and and then it was growing, or was going, or it was maybe leading to money for you, or whatever it was, but then it just kept bringing you out of self. Okay, you kept getting continuously unfulfilled, disconnected by that. And some of you, I hope, are laughing because you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like the more you push, the more disconnected you become in this vehicle, even though it was successful or making money. Okay. So it's led you, if you're watching, likely to a very big crossroads in your journey. And what's happening here from a spiritual perspective, what the guides are showing me is that the reason why this feels so painful to choose something else or to go somewhere else is because you're literally also abandoning a part of yourself. Okay, you're abandoning some part of yourself that was like it was like an extension of you, but it wasn't the true you. It's almost like I feel this part of you, okay, that's connected to this old vehicle, whatever that is for you, whether it's a business, job, career, your form or expression. It's like that part of you was built on something that was unstable. Okay, what do I mean by that? It could have been built in from an energy of loss. Okay, because that's what I'm getting. Five of Pentacles with the King of Wands. This is an energy of you lost something in your life. Maybe you went through a breakup or something like that. Maybe you lost a different job or career, right? And you were kind of desperate, right? Or you had this energy to you of like, I'm gonna just I have to get this done. I'm gonna get it done. But it might have been kind of survival based, right? Or it might have been for a different reason, and that reason is not bad. It serves a purpose, right? But it's for a different reason that is not exactly everything that you are, right? It doesn't encompass everything that you truly are. Okay, it's a part of you that maybe was like a false motive, like what's the word? I'm losing my words right now because there's so much energy moving, right? So I'm trying to keep track. So it was like this part of you that maybe felt you had to be like falsely motivated. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain what I mean by that, or what the guides are saying to me about that. Like where you gained motivation from a false source. There we go. Okay. And the false source, what the guides mean by that, or what I'm trying to say by that, is a source that maybe, again, it came from a place of loss. It didn't necessarily come from a place of you, okay? Or it came from a place of fear. It came from a place of scarcity. It came from a place, right, other than the core of you and the core root of your dharma. Okay, and dharma, for those of you guys who don't know, most of you probably know, but it's like a Indian term, I believe, for like the the reason you're here on Earth. It's almost like North Node astrology. Okay. Now, one of the things to know is that this isn't bad. None of this is bad, obviously. There's no judgment here, because this might have helped you to be able to move closer towards your Dharma, but it may not have been your Dharma itself. Does that make sense? Whatever this old vehicle is that we're talking about, like it was a vehicle to help you move towards your real vehicle. Do you see? It's kind of like, for those of you guys who know like the term karmic relationships, okay, or relationships that are here to help you move closer towards the person you're meant to marry on Earth, right? God's relationship for you. Those relationships help you get to the next relationship. That's their purpose. Doesn't mean that they're unimportant or bad. It just means that that was their overall purpose, right? The song by Rascal Flatts, I think it's what's that song? Someone say in the comments. I'm forgetting the words today. Thank you guys. Bless the broken road. Yeah, I would not have remembered that by myself today. Great song, by the way. If you haven't listened to that, it's a great song. Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. He talks about, how each failed relationship, okay, led you to where you are now, who you are now. So this is happening now, but it's happening in your career life / your purpose life. And because you might have been in a place of loss or lack or fear whenever this event happened that led you to create the vehicle that you're in now, okay, or that you're still actively a part of or involved with, there was a trauma there, okay, that was created because it was almost like if you didn't do that, if you didn't go that direction, if you didn't work that job, business, vehicle in that way, you would not survive, right? It was almost like this job or this business, this vehicle kind of took on the trauma, okay, and the pain of what you were experiencing at that time from whatever loss or lack that you went through. You see? And again, this is not a bad thing that this happened. This had to happen. But the energy of origin, something the guides want to bring to all of our attention, is the way in which anything in your life started, like the energy from which it was birthed, okay, is actually going to be reflective of the entire business or job or career itself. Okay. What do I mean by that? If you are starting a job or a career from a place of like excitement and like, well, there's a bird out there, like a sparrow. I think that's a sparrow. Just on my thing. That's awesome. Thank you so much. The angels are definitely here. Thank you, Sparrow. I don't know what that means. Someone let us know in the comments what the sparrow means. Anyways, the energy of origin. If you start a job from I think the sparrow's and it's gone now, just flew off. I think what its message was actually trying to say is the sparrow is like newness, adventure, right? Expansion. If you start and freedom. If you start a place from that energy, the job, career, business is going to expand similarly. If you start it from a place of anger, okay? Anger. This could be anger, all right? Anger over something, anger over someone, anger over the past, okay? Loss, fear, lack. If you start something from that place, okay? Similarly, it's going to end up being, the end result will be that it disconnects you further from your purpose because it's not the same road, so to speak. Okay. Okay. So those of you who are having this disconnect or you're resonating with this reading so far, and again, this won't be for everyone, but for those of you who are resonating, this is because directly from the guides and angels that whatever business, whatever vehicle, whatever job, whatever career you started, okay, 2 of Swords this year, maybe it was 2 years ago for some of you, okay, or 2 is an important number, okay, is leading to burnout or disconnect because of where you were when it started, where you were when this place started. Okay. Therefore, well, actually, before I speak, Let's get some more cards here. 10 of Swords here, so I can follow along here with the energy. 10 of Swords, 6 of Wands with the Empress. Now, this is it's funny. This is exactly where I think I was going to go with it, which was in order to change this, right? In order to eliminate 10 of Swords, okay, this disconnect, this dissatisfaction, and any confusion around why you might feel disconnected from your current purpose or your current way of being, okay? It requires a new approach to a new business, job, career, or way of being, way of success. Okay, 6 of Wands is literally how you are successful. The starting card here, sorry for all the changes. The starting card here is 9 of Pentacles. So this does speak to material, career, business success. Okay, 6 of Wands is generally feeling successful or being successful in a venture. The new way, the next thing for you must be, the guides are saying, it must be started from, let the old thing die, but the next thing must be started from, okay, your next creation, your next video, your next job, your next whatever, must be started from or come from a place of, I am already successful for who and what I am, and through that beingness, what I'm able to share and provide for the world from my heart, from my soul, from my existence, okay? From my existence. This is Empress energy, the core root of Empress energy, okay? Not, for example, the energy of, I must do this thing because if not, fill in the blank. Or I will do this thing to be fill in the blank, right? Or I can do this thing, or I will do this thing because it will accomplish this thing for me, right? Very exchange oriented. And really quick, my commentary on this is just that is the way we were trained to be, especially with jobs and businesses. Okay, it's a very, very kind of like a doctor, right? Like a modern day doctor. Okay, and I'll try to hold back some of my commentary about a lot of, not all, modern day doctors, but it's very mechanistic, meaning if that's my trigonometry, if A plus B equals C, then A plus C equals D, right? It's like very rational. And this is the way we were trained to look at jobs, business, career. If A equals B, then we get C, right? If we put in this work in this way, or at this job, or at this business, we will get the end result of money or success or whatever, okay? That's how we were initiated into this society. That's how we were trained to look at things. That's still in my head as well, right? If this happens in this, okay, that is completely the opposite, okay? It's actually the opposite, right? Of the new way or the new energy, what this reading is bringing, okay, to the collective, of being successful or bringing success into our lives. And when I say success, I mean prosperity, I mean money, I mean security, I mean fulfillment, okay? I mean us feeling and being successful, which will be connected to nothing more than our very beingness, okay? Now, the first question that I just get as that reading comes in, remember, this is all just in this, like this, none of this is planned. This is channeled. Okay, this is what this channel's about. It's about channeled information. The first question I kind of get that some of you might be wondering, well, how does that work? How do you do that? You know, how does that process happen? And the answer, and we're going to get more cards on this, but the answer I want to share with that really quickly before we move on is you will find that way, or that way will be shown to you through your beingness, meaning the more you act or be in that beingness, okay, the more you put out, okay, or express or allow your beingness to act, okay? It's the best way I can put it so far. The ideal way of then receiving success or money or prosperity and or finding fulfillment through that will be shown to you. It will be given to you, okay? The way will be shown. But in order for the way to be shown, it does require you first, okay, acting from your beingness, okay? One example of that might be, but it doesn't have to be, if you were a YouTube creator, a channel content creator, whatever it is on social media, just as one example, you would need to then put out content that flows effortlessly from your beingness, your true beingness, not what you think it needed to be or has to be, but your true effortless way of being, and then allow through time and the continued action of that, of your beingness, okay, in whatever vehicle you see fit for that, your way of being to be expressed or shown to the world, that is, the way in which money can and will be received by you will be shown to you in time, but through your beingness, okay? And it will take the action first, right? The ironic thing about this entire reading is there's this beautiful dance, I don't know if you guys can sense that, right, between non-action or beingness, but then action as well through the beingness. But what I'm seeing is that action is required. Yes, in order for us to be whole and complete, action is required in our life, but first through our beingness. It's almost like a funnel. Okay? The guides are showing me a funnel. And the funnel goes down from source, it goes down from God, and it must go through our beingness. It must filter through our beingness and then be put out, okay, in the form of action. Okay? So we must first receive, filter through our beingness, that inspiration, and then put out through our beingness. Therefore, our actions are always connected to our beingness, our inner beingness. Okay? And this can be done, by the way. This does not have to be a business or creating videos or anything like that, but it can be done in a different type of business or a job or some creative passion. Okay? But so long as the effortless flow of beingness into action, action from the state of beingness happens, that energy I'm being shown and told down to the sacral, down to the root, will bring the money in. But it will be shown to you in time, and you may not know, here's the real key, you may not know ahead of time just yet how that is meant to bring the money in before you take the action through your beingness. Okay? I keep seeing they keep showing me the numbers 4 or 5. And I keep seeing as a result, I see like 4 or 5 videos. So there might be a lot of content creators on here watching this video. But I keep seeing like the number is 4 or 5 different pieces or expressions. Okay? Maybe for different types of businesses, projects or different ways, right? Or job tasks, right? But 4 or 5 different actions, we can say, and they keep showing me videos, in order to start to receive clarity as to how that way of being is meant to make money. Because what I'm also hearing is every effortless way of being will have its own unique way of making money. Okay? So it may not be the same as traditional ways of receiving money through your way of being. You're going to have to be open to receiving and finding that inner clarity around the way your effortless way of being is meant to receive that money. Okay? That is in alignment with the flow of effortlessness from you. Okay? And when I say the flow of effortlessness, I simply mean the way in which you are able to act or produce that you can do an infinite amount of virtually. Okay? It doesn't drain you, it doesn't exhaust you. It's just flowing, flowing, flowing continuously because the energy is inspiring for you. Okay? Something you could work easily and would want to and effortlessly for 8 to 10 hours a day. Okay? That's the type of content, that's the type of material, that's the type of production that we're talking about here. Okay? Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at 10 of Wands with the King of Pentacles. Okay. This is exactly, okay? Here's the question for each of us to answer, okay, in this moment in time. And I am right here with you guys. But when we do these readings, just a little side note, like, I am not excluded from this, okay? Like, this is oftentimes direct guidance for me as well, okay? So I'm like, I'm with you in every word here. But this is, it's a perfect Empress with the 10 of Wands, okay? So work, you see, effort and work through beingness. But this effort and work, 10 of Wands, is like this infinite cycle in order to create wealth and long-lasting security. Beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but this is like ideal. This would be ideal for me personally. I'm like, is what way of being, right? Just being that can allow you to work endlessly to create, right, endless security and infinite wealth. Sign me up for that. Rather than, right, maybe the old vehicle, which was making progress, quote unquote, like it made maybe societal progress or it gave you what you needed, but it came at a cost. And the cost was exhaustion, or the cost was more disconnection, right? Less fulfillment within yourself, within your soul, within your way of being. Or, yeah, it made you choose, right? The cost of this was constantly making you choose between like maybe money and security or one form of validation and your enjoyment of life, right? Or your enjoyment of what you did, or your just your general fulfillment. And you felt caught in between those two worlds here, you see? So many of us still have that vehicle where we started that, right? A little while ago, some time ago, two years maybe, okay? 2-3 years maybe, where it came from a different place, okay? It came from a very different place, and it's no longer, we're recognizing it's no longer truly, fully who we are, where we're going, but it was a temporary vehicle to bring us. It was a karmic job or business. Okay. Okay. Yeah, a karmic job or business. And those exist. Okay. Those exist just as much as karmic relationships. Okay. Star card with the 7 of Wands with the World. Yeah, this is the cycle. Yeah, beautiful. The cycle of time, right now, and this goes back to the point of this reading, which I'm not sure what it's going to be titled, but I think it's going to be like what you're meant to prioritize, okay, in your life. And this cycle of time that you're in, if you're watching this reading, you're meant to close out the old cycle of having to fight, okay? Having to fight for success, right? You are no longer meant, my friend, to have to fight for or put a tremendous amount of effort and exhaust yourself and disconnect yourself and deplete every other area of your life just to receive success and also money. Okay? And again, many of you watching this, you may have been able to make money with this old vehicle. Like 7 of Pentacles says you had the money, like the money or the resources wasn't the issue, it was you're disconnected from them, or even if you have the money, okay, it doesn't feel, you don't feel fully connected to the way in which you earned that money, right? The money came at a cost, essentially. So this cycle you're in right now, and this is what we should all be prioritizing, is fight or learning to, I would say actually fighting for, right? Fighting for our ability to receive effortless wealth and success. Okay. Without having to exhaust ourselves or disconnect ourselves. Okay. 8 of Wands with the 6 of Cups, putting us back into our true nature. Okay. This is your current and our current, the collective's current karma to figure out at this moment in time, which is how do we get back to our true nature and allow our true nature, our truest nature, to bring us effortless work, bring us effortless abundance, bring us effortless success, okay, through our very state of beingness that does not require disconnection, frustration, ultra hard, exhausting work or work that exhausts you, okay? We are healing that, right? Star card with the world, and we're ending that cycle of having to fight for the success, the abundance, the money that wants to come our way. And the end result, right? Should you continue to go through this karma and commit yourself right now, friends, to ending this cycle together with me, right? In the world of having to work extra hard to receive what is already rightfully yours, right? You have a way of being right now that you can just be and do, and you have infinite amounts of energy for, and it will bring you infinite amounts of love, of money, of success, of everything that you've wanted, and it won't feel like it cost you anything. You have a way of being that is a perfect fit for what society is and where society's at and what society needs, okay, from you, generally speaking. You have that inside of you. We all do. It's called our dharma, okay? But we have to be willing to believe, this is the key, that that is real, yeah? And believe that that is possible without having to sacrifice ourselves, without having to be disconnected from our true heart and self, without having to be exhausted, okay, every time we want to work and produce something for society. Okay. So I want you to spend some time here. If you're watching this reading, I want you to spend some time finding out what that is your homework, right? Your homework is to find out what that is and to let go, okay, of the need to look anywhere else. Six of Swords here, final outcome with the 2 of Wands and the High Priestess. Let go of the need to look anywhere else outside of you. Okay, you don't need to go to some other different place. You don't need to go to a new job or a new this, a new that. Okay, it's already here. It's already inside of you. You don't need the outside inspiration. You need just only to go within and ask yourself and ask God. God is speaking as the consciousness of all that is, the consciousness of the universe itself that is you, that created you. That's all God is. God is the voice of that. Okay, so you can ask the voice of creation to share that with you, but allow yourself to be open to receive that. But the key here, right, as we mentioned, is that can only happen if you switch on the possible switch. If you don't, if you, everything I'm saying, if you're like, okay, this is great, but I still really don't believe that's possible, you're not going to find the answer because your mind still thinks it's just impossible. So why would I even look, right? If you believe, you will seek. Okay? And if you seek, you will believe. Yeah. Their words, not mine. So we need you to find out what that is inside of you. Right now, that's your task. That's your karma. That's why you're in whatever situation you're in. That's the only thing you're meant to be doing right now. Like, that's the most important priority. Okay. Find your way. Find the way that fits for you. But the rules are this. The rules in order for this to fit, they're very specific, my friends. It has to be effortless / enjoyable / part of you to express it. Okay? It can't be robbing from you anymore. If you want to create this, can't be robbing from you. It has to be the more I do, the more I am, the more I become, right? as I say that, the channeled energy is like, the more I work, the more I do, the more I receive effortlessly comes back to me. What is that thing for you that you can feel in your body energetically, right? Just like play it out. And if you were doing that thing, what does your body feel like? If you're doing that thing, what does your body feel like, right? Test it out. And then the second thing is, right, that you have to have faith. So you might not, like as we said, you're not gonna likely know how the money will come in or how you'll be successful or how this will. And the guys are saying just put in a few actions there, right? 4 or 5. If it's a video, if it's a new job application, if it's a new business idea, if it's a new channel, whatever that is, 4 or 5 iterations, okay, of that thing, of your effortless way of being once you identify it. And then you'll start to get clarity from your action, from your beingness, okay? Let's get final 3 overall outcome of this reading. Thank you so much, guides and angels, by the way, for this reading. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Final outcome of this reading over the top. We have 5 of Wands, Judgment here. Yeah, the thing is here that the thing that holds us a lot of us back, that has been holding a lot of us back, is judgment, fear of judgment. 5 of Wands. What holds us back from moving forward? 5 of Wands with judgment with the Chariot here. Okay, so the thing that's holding us back from making the decision to go forward, Chariot card with judgment, is our own hesitancy to be seen, to be moving, to be great, and to receive what's coming for us. Okay? And I know, right? Stay with me. This is straight up just channeled. Okay? 5 of Wands here, this conflict here. The battle, right? It's like if we feel, what I'm getting for the collective is like we feel into just going with the flow, just going and doing that thing, moving forward, right? It's like our own judgment of ourself for being able to receive what's rightfully ours effortlessly, because we may feel judged by others for that. Like there may be someone in your life that you feel, could be a parent, relative, friends, right? Environment, coworkers, or it could be a variety of things, but there could be people or a person in your life, okay? It doesn't have to be. And yourself connected to that, okay? Because that's the only reason we have those types of energies around us, is we have that inside of us that judges our ability to effortlessly move forward and receive through that. I'll give you a personal example, right? That I'm thinking of, because I'm like trying to think of how this can be related in a human form. I think that's part of my job here. But for example, my father, okay, love my dad, awesome dude, very hardworking, right? Worked 10 hours a day as an engineer at Northrop Grumman for 40 years and retired with a lot of money. And I can feel, right, that there's a part of me that may feel a little guilty, because it's like, if I'm able to make more than he does, but I work a quarter of the time, and the work that I do is like fun and enjoyable and like, just effortless. You know what I'm saying? That's just one example. I'm not saying that's going to apply to everyone, but that's an example of how it might, where that subconscious might come from. Is like, you have people who they did it the hard way, right? Or the people around you, they're doing it the hard way. So why do you deserve to get, all this money or this fame or the success in an effortless way? It's not fair. It's not fair, right? You should have to suffer too, because I suffered. That type of energy. Okay. And God is saying, just free yourself from that, right? Like, that's a simple judgment with the Chariot, right? All you need to do is free yourself and say, you know what? Empress energy here. This is clarifying the Empress, by the way. This particular channeling is clarifying the Empress. This is saying, wait a minute, but I deserve that. That's actually the way I was designed. We all were designed, God is saying, to receive effortlessly. Okay, the money, and through work, yes, work, but effortless aligned work, right? There's a difference between that and working at a 9 to 5 for 10 hours a day for 40 years that you don't really want to do. You're just doing for money. Okay, so there's a judgment there. There's a societal judgment around that, right? How many of us have seen on the news or looked at, these TikTok influencers or these huge, maybe like for me, like a gaming influencer, right? And they're making millions of dollars a year, and they just sit around and just, there's this term I learned from someone close to me in my life, the term mukbang, right? Where someone just like sits in the camera and just eats. Some of those people make just crazy amounts of money, and I always laugh. I laughed at that, but then I also got frustrated by that because I'm like, how can that be? Okay, but that is the way. That is the way that they were meant to, shine, and that was their Empress energy. Okay, so I think it's hilarious, but it's okay. That's okay, right? Everyone's gonna have that way of being, particularly in the way society is set up now. Oh my gosh, there's a way to make income from everything. That's one of the things I love about living in this modern age is you can monetize any way of being that you want these days. You just have to find out, right? Or receive how that's done. But so let that judgment aside, okay? We do all deserve, subconsciously, whether we believe it or not, to receive money, success, and fame or prosperity, whatever it is you want. Doesn't have to be fame, but that type of level of fulfillment, if that's inside of your belly, effortlessly through our natural way of being, and while working in the way which suits you the best and for the amount of time that suits you the best and that you genuinely want. And there's nothing bad about that at all. There's nothing shameful about that. We shouldn't feel guilty about that. We shouldn't feel judged by that or about that, not from other people and especially not from ourselves. So, final message here of the entire reading / say channel advice: 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So they're saying, look, right? The guides are saying, look, take off the blindfold. 8 of Swords here. Take off the blindfold. You already have what it takes. Okay? You already have what it takes to receive your empire. Okay? Just saying, you have what it takes in this moment to receive your empire and your way of building a life. And if you want to build a life, I mean, this is probably speaking to people who ideally are right now or want to be building a life with someone, right, in partnership. And maybe you're concerned that you can't, or you don't know how you can contribute to that, right, in an effortless way, okay, or receive from that, right, from your effortless way of being. But the truth is, you do. It's just, it might be covered up, right? You might have covered it up along the way by judgment, someone else's judgment of you and your natural way of being, your natural way of receiving money or income. Do you see? And that for some of you could also be through a relationship. You could receive money effortlessly through a relationship, or your business could take off while you're in a relationship or in collaboration with someone else, right? Too. But there might have been some judgment around that. You should have your own thing, right? You should be successful by yourself and provide for yourself. You see? So there's all sorts of variations around this, but God is saying, take off the blindfold, be true with how you naturally are meant to just effortlessly receive all the wealth, all the abundance you're meant to receive in this moment in time, no matter what that is, no matter how that is, okay? And realize that through that, yes, you will be able to both build, receive, and contribute towards a healthy and destined relationship by the side of the one you were meant to be with the most in this lifetime. Whether you're with them right now or not, and you're soon to meet them or be with them, okay? That is your karmic task, to realize those things and to find that way of being, to find that vehicle, and to allow yourself, without judgment, letting judgment go, without conflict, to move forward effortlessly into your soul's direction. Okay? My friends, thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I hope this message was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in going a little deeper with me, or you want to go the next level, I believe I'm going to have, I'm not entirely even sure after this reading, my head's kind of spinning, right? My intention was to say I'm going to have a specific channeled healing / meditation / incantations available for purchase, okay, in the featured products of this video below. So if you do see something there, there's a product that my intention was to connect that product to this video, right? So it's a healing, or it's an incantation, or it's a meditation of some sort, or it's some resource that will help you actually work through the energy here if you want it, if you need it. Obviously, there's never any pressure to do that, but it's something new I'm experimenting with to see if anyone wants that, right? Then that's available for you. And if it's not there, then I decided to just leave this video as it is and let the rest go. So I guess you'll find out, and I'll likely leave a comment if that is there. So you can have it. All right. Figure it out one step at a time as well over here, guys. I love you all. Thanks so much. If you want more content just like this, you were inspired by this, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit that like button so YouTube knows that this video should find the people it's meant to find. And please leave your experience in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story and hear how this was impactful or not for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.